clubbed video, we will be looking at the practical examples of the various activities that have been covered under the chapters that we have done till now. So, the very first activity that we are looking forward is to demonstrate that light is necessary for photosynthesis. Sunlight is a very important and necessary raw material for photosynthesis. इसको हम प्रैक्टिकली किस तरीके से एक एक्टिविटी की हेल्प से डेमोन्स्ट्रेट कर सकते हैं? प्लीज लुक ओवर हेयर. What we have done is we have placed a potted plant in dark for 72 hours so that it can consume all of the starch which is prepared. Then we have covered one of the leaf of the plant with a black strip and we have kept it in sunlight. After few hours, what we have done, after passing of 2 hours, when plant has absorbed the sunlight, we have taken that leaf with the black paper and we have removed the black paper. After that, we boiled that leaf in the boiling water so that it can become white dull in color because of the removal of chlorophyll. After the removal of chlorophyll, we will heat up the leaf in a alcohol. हम उसे alcohol में heat कर रहे हैं इसलिए so that उसका सारा chlorophyll properly remove up हो जाए. After that, उसको हमने water में wash किया and then we have put it in a dish. एंड हमने उसके ऊपर क्या पॉर अप किया? सम ड्रॉप्स ऑफ आयोडीन. आयोडीन एक ऐसा केमिकल है जिसकी प्रॉपर्टी है कि वो स्टार्च के साथ कंबाइन करके एक ब्लू कलर का कॉम्प्लेक्स देता है. यू कैन लुक ओवर हेयर दैट एक्चुअली व्हाट इज हैपनिंग ओवर देयर. जैसे ही हमने आयोडीन के कुछ ड्रॉप्स इस लीफ के ऊपर डाले तो पूरा लीफ का पोर्शन जो है वो ब्लू कलर का हो गया, बिकॉज लीफ के पूरे पोर्शन पे फोटोसिंथेसिस की वजह से जो फूड है वो सिंथेसाइज हुआ होगा एंड इट वुड हैव बीन स्टोर्ड इन द फॉर्म ऑफ स्टार्च. लेकिन जिस पोर्शन पर हमने ब्लैक कलर का स्ट्रिप पेस्ट किया था उस पोर्शन को सनलाइट नहीं मिल पाई थी, जिस वजह से उस पोर्शन में स्टार्च की फॉर्मेशन नहीं हो पाई, कोई फोटोसिंथेसिस नहीं हो पाए. सो दिस एक्टिविटी शोज दैट द एरिया दैट हैज बीन कवर्ड अंडर द ब्लैक कलर स्ट्रिप दैट वाज टोटली unable to perform the photosynthesis because of the absence of sunlight. As a result of which we can conclude that sunlight is very much important for the plants to perform photosynthesis and to produce food and get it stored in a form of starch. This is the same activity that has been written in your book. Next we move towards the second requirement for the photosynthesis that is required by the plants is the incoming of carbon dioxide gas. And after the photosynthesis has occurred, the removal of oxygen gas is also required into the atmosphere. So for the intake of carbon dioxide and for the release of oxygen gas, we are having some special openings that are present on the leaf surface and that are known as stomata. So if we talk about the stomata, then it would be it's a structure like this. It consists of two kidney-shaped guard cells that are known as guard cell, and this is how stomata opens up or close up at the requirement time. For example, at the daytime, water also get into the plant and it reaches to the complete of the plant, and ultimately it reaches to the upper surface of the leaf where stomatas are present. एंड इफ़ यू नो स्टोमेटा जो है वो सिर्फ गैसेस के एक्सचेंज के अलावा एक और काम के लिए यूज होता है, एंड दैट वन मोर वर्क इज व्हाट? दैट इज ट्रांसपिरेशन, दैट इज लॉस आउट ऑफ what thing that we are going to look upon very practically through this activity is nutrition in case of amoeba. As you know, amoeba is a shapeless microscopic organism that has his feet with him that are known as pseudopodia, which make this organism shapeless, and also only these pseudopodias are responsible for the nutrition in amoeba. So let's look over it, that how it takes its nutrition. Amoeba, it senses the food particles, and as soon as the food particles just come in contact with it, it expands its pseudopodia and get the food inside in a form of food vacuole. And in this food vacuole, various digestive juices get secretes, and this food get break down into various smaller particles or digest out, and it gets spread in whole of the cytoplasm. And the food particle that amoeba has consumed, slowly it gives complete nutrition to whole of the amoeba. So this is how, and at the very last step, in similar manner, this amoeba throw out the waste material using its pseudopodia. So this is how amoeba takes its nutrition, and after the nutrition being absorbed, the food vacuole disappears. Activity that we have to perform over here is a closed and open circuit. You can look over this circuit that there is a battery, there is a switch, and there is a bulb. There is complete flow of current over here, which means that our circuit is very much complete, and it is known as closed circuit. And this is closed circuit. So we can define as closed circuit. A closed circuit allows the electric current to flow through it. There is no broken portion present over here in the circuit. The circuit is as whole complete, as a result of which the bulb is glowing over here. But as soon as if we try to disrupt this moving circuit and we try to break over a portion from this circuit, then the bulb will not glow, because it is the broken path and there is not complete path provided to the flow of electric current. So an open circuit is a broken circuit and the electric current does not flow through it. So this is how we can look after the closed circuit and open circuit. Next is a complete picture for a solenoid. You can see over here that how actually what a solenoid is. Solenoid is simply a coil of insulated copper wire which is expanded in a form of spring in a cylindrical form. And solenoid, whenever it is attached to a electricity source, then it starts behaving as a magnet. It starts behaving as a bar magnet whenever a solenoid is getting connected to a proper complete circuit or it is being provided with a source of energy. So solenoid is just a cylindrical shaped coil which is made up of insulated copper wire which starts behaving as a magnet whenever it is flown out with electric. Practically looking upon the working of electric bell, you can see the simple circuit of electric bell. This is cell which is connected with the help of copper wire with a electromagnet. This is iron core on which copper wire is properly coiled up, and this wire is attached to a metallic iron plate, and इस plate के end में we are having a hammer जो कि एक bell gong के बिल्कुल पास है. And this hammer strip, it is attached with a screw with the help of this strip, this screw, and it is again attached to a switch and it is again going back to the battery. So this is the complete circuit. So what will happen as soon as the current will start flowing? What will happen? You can look over here. This switch, this contact screws switch is very much important. ये जो contact screw है ये बहुत ज़्यादा important है, because you can look over here. As soon as the switch is on, the current starts flowing through it. This electromagnet start working as a magnet and it will pull the iron strip toward itself, as a result of which this hammer will hit the bell gong. But the contact between this screw and this iron strip has been lost out. ये ब्रेक हो गया है, इसका मतलब हमारा सर्किट जो है वो ब्रोकन हो गया, बिकॉज करंट इज गोइंग थ्रू दिस एंड कमिंग ओवर हेयर. देयर इज अ गैप ओवर हेयर इन दिस, एज अ रिजल्ट ऑफ विच व्हाट हैपन, इस पूरे सर्किट में करंट ने फ्लो करना बंद कर दिया एंड दिस इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेट विल स्टॉप बिहेविंग एज अ मैग्नेट एंड इट विल रिलीज द आयरन स्ट्रिप बैक टू द स्क्रू. लेकिन जैसे ही वो स्क्रू के पास गया, वापस से सर्किट कंप्लीट हो गया, वापस ये इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेट बन गया, वापस इसने स्ट्रिप को कैच किया, बेल गॉन्ग बज गया, हमें आवाज आई, लेकिन एट द सेम मोमेंट द Contact between screw and the iron strip broke and the circuit becomes incomplete again. Again this electromagnet start behaving as a normal iron core, and this complete process just kept on repeating again and again. So this is how electric bell works upon, on the basis of, on the principle of electromagnets. Activity, what we are seeing that actually after the pollination, that means after the transfer of pollen grain from anther to the stigma, what happens? How the fertilization occur in the case of flowers, that is the sexual reproduction, how does it take place after the pollination? So the pollen grain has reached over the stigma of the flower. After that what happen is, that's the important thing. And what is that thing? That it starts creating a pollen tube which directly reaches to the ovary, and here this pollen grain, it fuses with the ovule that is present in the ovary. So male and female gamete, they fuse to form zygote, and zygote, it continuously divides. It continuously divides to grow, and it results into the formation of an embryo. It starts dividing and it forms an embryo, and it starts covering it with a very hard coating which becomes a seed. And after the fertilization, what happens? All the petals shed off, the ovary becomes the fruit, and inside the fruit the seed is stored, which is having the embryo for the future plant. So this is how the fertilization takes place. This is the seed which is present inside the food, and it is having an embryo inside it. And whenever it is a baby plant, whenever it is sown in the plant and proper water and sunlight has been given to it, a new baby plant will grow up. So this is how the fertilization takes place.